Alright, so today's Saturday the 9th of September, and I bought a new wagon, Jeep Wagon 1961. It's got a straight six flathead Super Hurricane motor. We don't know if it works and all, but Dad has just told me sort of when we're unloading it or loading it, the fan blade turned in gear. It's a possibility, but I'm not sure. I still want to check. Could pull the radiator off and hook it on and turn it. So see if it works. Other than that, that's that. I bought it mainly just for the front axle. That's all I bought it for. So I need the leaf spring for my truck. That looks bad. I guess not use this one only. But I only have one bad leaf spring because I hit the deer and pushed my whole thing back and eyelet popped open. So one, I'm happy. So I'm happy with that. It's about $150 to buy one new. I kind of value this one at $40 to $50 alone. And then for me, being my truck, I don't want to have a spare steering piece right here that goes from here to here. That's a short piece, like $60-some plus to buy new. So I wanted those two parts. This tie rod has a little bend to it, but I'm gonna keep it for a spare. I already bent my tie rod so easily, so I have a spare tie rod too. And then you get your pitman arms. Pretty much all the steering parts I want to have spares of. So that's the main reason why I bought it. And the leaf spring. So that's the main two things. Radiator looks good, except for that damage there. That's fixable. So that's just that one big one to worry about. At least have it tested. Wheels, they've seen better days, but they're wheels. They all hold air except, let's go widescreen. They all hold air except for that back one, which I'll replace here soon. As for chassis-wise, I looked at all the rust spots. There is no rust spots. The rust spots on a Willys truck, where they usually are weak, where the step side is usually, are bad. This is perfect. So frame is good from visual inspection. The body has definitely seen better days. It's sat in a field, at a farmer's field for 20 years as he pulled parts off for his own Jeep. So that's why. And what remains, there is a title to this. So it has a title. But the guy that owned the Jeep that parted it out never signed the title when they sold it or he died or something. So the next owners I buy it from giving me a bill of sale in the title itself, but then the guy never signed it. So yeah, there's that issue. But for me, I don't need the title. It's cool to have it, but I don't need it. There's only 3 planes of this truck. Get what I need, obviously. It's gonna sit for yard art out in the field. I put some other axle on the front just for looks. Out in the field, that's fine for looks. But it's missing the grill, which sucks. The back tailgate's missing the bottom piece. That's the 2 negatives. But it can be yard art for all I care. And then the third option is to do a chassis swap. My uncle has an S10. Oh, my uncle's ex-wife's, whatever, he died, and the guy's got an S10. So I don't know what the S10 looks like. I know it runs, that's all I'm hearing, and that's all I know. Just 2-wheel drive. So maybe just do a chassis swap, V6, 2-wheel drive, S10 chassis, Jeep body on top. I know it's rough, and I ain't gonna fix it. Fix what needs fixed. But like these doors, there is no handles. How do you keep the thing shut? This glass is missing. So for me, since I watch Roadkill, shut your door, put a barn latch on there. Barn latch, turn a little knob, and then the thing pops open your door. Do that per side. That's fine with me. If one wheel is missing, I guess take them both down, but that's fine. The handles and sides are all missing. I can't open the doors from the inside, so it's like, just take the glass out. The side glass, it's cool to have, so I'll keep it. And I have not tested this side, but I know that oh, it does. They slide open. So that's cool. But yeah. There's that. Interior wise, it's pretty well stripped. There's no seats. I'll probably go to a junkyard, find a nice bench seat or buckets for the truck. Back tailgate's missing. It's got some basic carpet. Got some audio speakers in here. There's that. Heater core, which I'll just take off, sell, delete. It's got another heater there. It says Willys Overland on it, so I'll sell that. Dashboard's missing, so what? That's missing too. So I'll make some little trays and just some storage, some simple custom stuff. Speedometer says 93,581.30, I think. So that's what it says. Ashtray, it's pretty well frozen in there. Gauges are pretty cool. I'll say that's probably the best thing about the dashboard here. Let me zoom in and show you. They all have the writings on them. At least for here, at least. Lights. Got your choke. Got your key. And what is this thing? Don't know. Usually it's a cigar outlet, usually. And then as for shifters, we have the door. I bought it also for the T case, because my T case in my truck is bad, and so this is a nice spare to have. It shifts decently fine. That's fine. That's unknown to me, but does it have a spring on it? There's a spring attached to it. Why is that? Yeah, there's a spring attached to it. Okay. That's new to me. Never seen that before. So, anyway, I want to check T case. That's the thing. My truck needs rebuilt, and I probably will still end up rebuilding it and keeping this whole drivetrain as one unit. So there's that. This carpet, it's not a bad job, but it probably needs replaced. I go to a carpet store to get some cut off scraps and make a new carpet piece anyway. So I guess save it for a template if I can save it. Foot roll's seen better days. I say patch this foot roller up. That's fine. I have plenty of sheet metal, plenty of rivets or welds. So I'll fix the foot roller up. But not to put the work into it till I figure this motor runs or do S10 swap. So I ain't gonna do any work. At least I'm gonna do some cleaning at least. Sun visors are probably the best thing in the interior. Mounts are original. The fabric is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with the fabric. I don't understand. They're the best I've seen. Just swing open. We got a pencil up here. That's what I see up there in junk. Yeah. And then I know on the Jeep group, someone was looking for one of these, and I said I kind of had one, but for my truck and not the right one. Now I have one. With the screws, if they can come off. So if I can take that off and sell that. So I don't need it. Put some other lights in here for some party LED lights with an interior, maybe. Ideas. Gas cap's missing, which I wish I had one because I need a spare. Taillights are missing. That's cool with me. This is at least here, which I'd rather have this than that missing. Bumper is missing, but at least have the brackets. Sort of cool. Yeah, what else? Nothing else back here. Now, as for body, I know it's pretty rough. And so I'm about to clean shop, eating dinner, and I'm going to go ahead and change that one tire that's totally bad, and then roll the Jeep there, or over here as Dad said I could, and power wash it all up, and check how bad it is. So, doing that. Glass is good on the front, and that's also good because this is savable. Hopefully it is. I got spare windshield glass for my truck. If not, it will be whatever. I don't know. That's why I need it for my truck for spares. I already have door glass on good now. That I need for my truck. Those are if someone wants them. None are cracked. That's good. And they slide. And they even have all the trim too. All that trim's still there on both. And on the front too. Just missing the center. Overkill shackle hangers. Anyway, there's that. In here, yeah, generator, starter, which I might just keep that for a spare. This motor doesn't want to work. I'll keep that for a spare for my truck. If they're the same. Carburetor's the core. A little bit of a bend there. But besides that, it looks good. Does it move? Should check that. Got some play in it. Okay, I got throttle work. Okay, that's choke. Choke works. How does it works. It's freed up. Good. I won't mess with it too much, but at least it turns. Where's dipstick at? I don't know. See, I've always wanted one of these motors. I'm never gonna find one. Now I got one. Where's dipstick at? See something here. It's got oil in it. Pretty black. And it's full. And black. Alright, it's got oil at least. I don't know where he filled it. I think that's the fill probably. Alright, it's got oil at least. Alright, there's that. As for this thing, I have checked this thing does open much more than my truck does, but not totally too much. And then for the wiper motors, the pulley system is a lot better than mine. Mine gets some slack in the line. This one's pretty good too. So I like that. I'm not gonna open the door to this thing there. I can open it like this. The latch still does sort of work. You find where it wants to open. I mean, it does exist. I have noticed this too. The locks actually work. They go down and they go up. None of mine ever do. Missing the cranks, so if I keep this glass, that's cool with me for the rat rod build. But I'm gonna get some old vice grips and weld them shut so they're like roadkill wiper handles and maybe door handle if it opens that way. They both have them, so if they work. I'll put the vice grips on it and weld the vice grips permanently for style. Some cheap ones, weld them on. And also, if I don't use this chassis drivetrain, I'm going to steal those pedals off. Those pedals might be modified or a better design than the pickup truck I have, because I got big feet and I like the way they are right there. The ones I have kind of stick way off to one side, both of them, and like hit the gas pedal. That's why my gas pedal is at a horizontal, not vertical, but just because the gas pedals are always in my way. Let off the gas, my foot gets hanged up and I can't escape my foot out at the brake or clutch. It's like, that's why. So I might steal those pedals. All right, there's that. What else? That's bundles, but they come off, which I will take it off just because I don't want moisture behind it more and more. Let's do it now. Not my first time doing that. Feels good, but who does this? If you got a dent, hammer it out. It's old school body. It's not like a Toyota. Toyota joke on Jeeps. I'm starting to get wet, but still, I'd rather have a dent. Dent shows the story versus you want to really fill that in. Just go on the backside and hammer it. Lazy people. In the morning, it does suck for the morning. Put some fender flares on it for looks. Anyway, that's my wagon. I do have a four-wheel drive badge. I actually have one in the barn that says four-wheel drive on it for the wagons and so later models. So I do have one I can put on. It's black. I don't have another one though, so I can't put that on. But being rat rod, no matter what, it's gonna have a beam axle on the front, and I do have a Ford axle in the front of the barn that has disc brakes on it. It's a beam axle, and it's got the same width leaf springs. So in terms, I could put that on and it'll fit right up to the chassis. So that's good. The only thing that's questionable is the leaf spring width. Will it work? If it doesn't work, at least mount it in the back, and then out front, figure out something custom. So that's to do. And then steering will be a hassle with that steering box. So if I don't do S10, that's my plan. And with that motor, I'll be happy to use just a single axle 2-wheel drive. I'm okay with that. You can actually even brake it. Leave the back end alone. The front end, just do front end mess with. Fix the brake lines, fuel lines, call it good. Still, the grill's missing. That's a nice piece I have. I got a YJ grill I can put on that even looks right. I'll find one. But, yep, that's exciting to see that. Alrighty, I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up. So, thanks for watching. That's today's rescue. So, and I'm gonna get back to work on my truck. It's still bare. I got the exhaust off last night, all the way up to the manifold. I got my rear drive shaft dropped, carrier bearing U-bolts off. Got my handbrake assembly all off. I need to get new cables. I have the mechanism right here. I'm good, but from like this point on back, I need new cables. This point forward, I need a new cable. Kaiser really sells them, but 3 different sizes. I gotta figure that out. What size? 60 inch, 80 inch, 59 inch. I don't know what size I need. So, got to figure that out. Buy that. So, there's that. Now, yes, if that motor runs, I could put that motor on this chassis, which I'll be much more appreciative being a 6-cylinder. But I don't know the long history of that straight 6. This motor, I know the history of it from 82 newer, and 83 it was rebuilt. New camshaft, new bearings, that's why. So I know the history on it. At the exact miles it got rebuilt, and from that point on I kept getting tracked and notes of what has been done. Distributor, carburetor, it's been well documented. Up till I owned it, now I know what I've done to it. So I know the history of the motor, I know what's been done to it, and it's got low miles on it, so trusting that. That says 93,000 miles. I could say 193,000 miles. Don't know. That's what the speedometer says. So that's got higher miles, and it's been set for 20 years in the field. And then pre-history before that, I don't know the history of it. So I'm going to leave my motor alone. It makes 80 horse. And it's got enough torque on the low range, big tires. So I'm okay with it. But the low range and the T-case, I want to mess with the T-case a little bit. Add overdrive, but yeah, it's that stuff. So no, I'm not doing a motor swap. I thought about it. But all right, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.